idea though to support moms like that. I've never heard of that. That's a great,
Yeah.
what an awesome
I
goal
think
to
it was
have.
really special too. And one thing I've found, regardless of the cause, is
Hmm.
when I get to meet the person in real life
Yeah.
and I hear their story. And I did recently start interviewing them in the same way that we're doing right now, a Zoom
Hmm.
interview to help
Right.
spread the word about the causes and put it on
Yeah.
our YouTube channel just so that we
Hmm.
it feels like digitally is a big way of doing our part now and just spreading the word. So I was interviewing and getting the real long version rather than 5 minutes. I would have an hour-long interview with some of these
Mm.
causes and the women that started it or the women and men that orchestrate it behind the scenes and what their true root why is and what
Hmm.
their energy goes into. And a lot of them I would say like half of them, it's their full-time job, and half of them, it's volunteer.
Right.
It's a
Right.
variety. And so a lot of them have experienced what they're now
Yeah.
serving to help.
Hmm.
And people all have stories. And in
Yeah.
this space, you see someone turning their story into an empowerment or into a give back. And that's
Hmm.
where I think this has been a full circle thing for me, where my heart sings to that because I
Yeah.
see it in real life.
Oh, it's fantastic. So, what about you? Like doing this kind of work and this kind of volunteering, how has that impacted you, would you say? Do you think it's changed you in some way or?
Yeah, I think it's taught me I've already kind of talked about the lessons it's taught me in balance and life and taking
Yeah.
on things. So that's just a personal sort of
Mhm.
growth lesson. But when it comes to humans, when it comes
Mhm.
to love,
Mhm.
I don't know, I can only speak for myself, and I've always had this overflowing love for all other humans. And it feels strong. It feels like I have so much to give, and it's in energy, in love, and I wish it was in money. But it's mostly, that I want to give and I don't
Yeah.
expect anything in return. And I think what
Mm.
I've learned from this, I learned that lesson before this starting of the Fraser Valley chapter, but
Yeah.
when you give, I think a lot of people look at it as a contract of an
Mhm.
expectation
Mhm.
back as well. And that's where we kind of are hurt by our own humanness. I don't know where that programming came in or why, but if you give to someone, it should be to give, and that's the only direction it goes. And there
Right.
shouldn't really be an expectation back. There are some
Mhm.
scenarios, I'm sure, but in this cause and charity sense,
Yeah.
um, but even in general, honestly, in an all-encompassing way, like that if you give and you have an expectation, so expectations usually result in resentment because you can't expect something from someone without and know that the outcome is going to happen. Therefore, you're setting yourself up for a resentment.
Mhm.
Um, I think that is probably the biggest thing I've learned in witnessing people give, and a lot of the people in our group, they love to give. They want to give. Their way of doing it is money and volunteer and word of mouth. So
Mhm.
seeing and surrounding myself with those people, I've really learned that I love being around those people, that is a
Mhm.
frequency that I like to be in and operate from, and
Yeah.
that it truly does come from a place of love and people wanting to give from a place of love. Therefore, they are genuinely giving, take this, and that's it. There's no contract.
Mhm.
That's really the lesson.
Oh, beautiful. Um, so I'm always really interested in someone like you or a lot of people that are in this group, where this comes from, where this desire to help comes from. Do you think that it was a person or like a mentor? Was there someone in your life that really inspired you to be like this? Or do you think you were just always like this? Or was there a catalyst of some sort? Where do you think you got this from?
I I think my mama.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
definitely had a lot of my mom's been my main person my whole life, and she
Mhm.
is like the heart of gold. Anyone who meets her is like, she is the sweetest, she is the kindest, and she is. It's through and through. And she's a giver too. Like her love language is giving gifts. And
Yeah.
so, although it's not about gifts necessarily, but she's a giver
Yeah.
and she also projects love out onto people. And so I think it's inherent from her, um,
Mhm.
for sure. And even from a young age, I would watch it's in me, I guess. It's a gift that I've been given that I've learned how to channel, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And
Mhm.
even as a child, I would watch World Vision and
Yeah.
Compassion commercials on TV, and I would run into the kitchen or wherever my mom was and be like, "Mom, I have to." Like I'm
Oh, yes.
beginning. So I think it's just there. It's
Mm.
always been there. And I don't have like a big story connected to any particular cause or channel. It's just
Yeah,
from love.
it's in there.
Yeah.
Aw. And do you talk to your kids about it? I know you said you're a single mom.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
10-year-old son
Uh-huh.
and he wishes he could be more involved, I think. And I'm realizing now that he's 10 and getting older, I can involve him a lot more.
Mhm.
But before this, it was always, okay, these are adult things and child things. And he's really
Yeah.
starting, he's got a big heart as well. I can already see he's
Aw.
empathetic and
Yeah.
he's a very confident young man. So yeah, he's definitely taking on some of that,
Aw.
hopefully.
Well, you're modeling that for him. That's
Yeah.
one of the most salient ways of learning is your
Yeah.
modeling. So way to
Yeah.
go, mom.
Thank you. Yeah, I get compliments a lot from different moms and teachers and
Yeah.
stuff. Really kind kid. So I
Yeah.
think so far so good. I just hope that I can nurture that confidence and that love that he has forevermore.
Oh, beautiful. I think you will. So, okay, I think we'll move to the quote now. I always give people a quote to comment on in any way they want. They could tell a story it reminds them of, or whether they, agree with the quote or certain things resonate with them. So I picked one for you by one of my favorite authors and people, Dr. Vivek Murthy, who was the former US Surgeon General. And he says this: we forget some of the oldest medicines we have are love and compassion, and they can be deployed by everyone. So I just wondered if you had
Mm,
any thoughts on that quote.
yes. The doctor saying that medicine is to be given from anyone, so you don't have to
Mhm,
be a doctor.
mhm,
Anyone can give love. And it is a medicine. It is gold. Like you cannot, like any problem or issue that's brought to me, and I find a lot of people talk to me about their issues and stuff, and
mhm,
I it's always a source of love that it comes back to that will heal that, whether it heals that person's
mhm,
perception of it at the time,
mhm,
or we've all been in this world long enough for the past few years, especially to see that
mhm,
there is a strong molecule of hate that
mhm,
exists,
mhm,
and it's gotta stop. It really does.
mhm,
And the more we switch that programming back to love, and the more that we see that love is a source that will heal a lot of situations, the more
mhm,
that people will treat each other naturally from a place
mhm.
of love. It's like it
Yeah.
amplifies. It's one of those
Yes.
things that can be amplified if you
Mhm.
truly sit with that and truly see that it is a medicine.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Mm. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Exactly. And it is contagious, you know? It really is. When we see others give, then we want to be involved in that. And then that feeling that we get, that's contagious as well. You know,
Yeah.
those good feelings are like, it's like an upward spiral.
Mhm.
Barbara Fredrickson studies that, and all emotions are contagious, but with positive ones, there's an upward spiral, and with negative ones, there's a downward spiral. So, yeah, so
Yeah.
exactly, that's part of what I'm trying to do with this is we're getting these positive emotions, and people can feel stronger and more generous,
Yes.
and
You get it. You
yeah,
get
I
it.
get it. I hear you.
Absolutely. And I adore that you are taking your time and putting it into such a positive, spiraling up energy. This is so needed. So thank
Oh,
you. Like,
oh,
change
thank
is
you.
I
Well,
love that you do this and that you
oh.
make it something that's accessible. One of the things that I think I'm just adding in here,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot
Please.
of the causes have tons of free options and
Mm-hmm.
educational
Yeah.
systems and or opportunities and
Mm-hmm.
podcasts like this that operate in that higher trajectory of
Mm-hmm.
love and positivity. We can actually, people think that it has to be purchased in some way sometimes,
Yes.
that it's something that's exclusive to people that can afford it. It's there's so many opportunities, resources, and educations out there for people to
Mm-hmm.
choose love, to choose higher vibrations of the trajectory of love. You might be down at the bottom of the spiral,
Yeah.
but it is up, and it is
Yeah.
it doesn't cost for a lot of situations. You can actually be inspired by. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. Thank you. Thanks, Gina. And is there anything else about the group that you wanted to share that I didn't ask you about, or before we get
oh,
to the final two questions? You can share anything else you want.
I think. I mean, this coming up meeting, we're hearing from three causes again, like if you if you want to give back, you can always go to our site and our stuff to look at all the charities that we've heard from. And our whole goal with our sharing of this information is that more of these charities get heard about because we often hear people talking about their problems in day-to-day life. It's human
Yeah.
nature. We like to talk about what's going on that's causing us problems, but we don't all have the resources to offer these people. So if you
Mm-hmm.
are Fraser Valley and you want to learn about causes in the area that can help people that you come across that are struggling, there are tons of options out there that I wasn't even aware of. A lot of the people in our collective weren't aware of. There are people out there trying to make a difference in all sorts of ways. Like we had Nick's Nook, that was a food pantry open 24/7 in multiple different locations. That's one really cool, very accessible resource. And then
Mm-hmm.
there are less accessible resources where you have to be a part of some sort of system so that you get access to
Mm-hmm.
them, but they do
Right.
exist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just knowing, I think that if you are that person and you're watching this, there are
Mm-hmm.
avenues. You just have to research and you have to speak up and not let yourself feel shame or guilt, overlook those things to go up on that positive trajectory, that place of love. Because
Mm-hmm.
people that are offering these things have really good hearts and they are trying to offer it from a place of love. They won't see what you see as shame or, there's that hurdle we're
Yeah,
trying to get over as people. So just
that's
looking
right.
for it and reaching out for help because we can't help everyone for sure. It's hard to help everyone, but we can only help those that come to the services that are there.
Right. Well, thanks for saying that. And hearing you say that reminds me, I will put some links to some like resources in the area, in this area that we're both in. And also your website. I'll put that in the show notes too. So people
Yeah.
can go and have a look at that. And are you still accepting new members? Like, do
Yes, yes.
people still join? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had that question a lot lately because I posted those daily videos.
Yeah.
We weren't trying to get to just 100. We would love to get to over 100. It means we can
Yeah.
do
Why
that
not?
much more. And the
Hmm.
inspiration from the guys, so Surrey group is that they often do an extra giveaway. So they do four a year as
Yes.
we do. But the fifth one, if we have more members with that overflow, we can offer it to a Christmas hamper or like something
Yes.
around Christmas time or around another time of year where we can give back. So
Yes.
we all collectively will vote to figure out where that surplus will go.
Yeah. And I remember they also have scholarships, like bursaries for high school students. That's another amazing
Yeah,
idea with a local school. Wow. So
absolutely.
exciting. That's great. Okay. So we're going to get to the final two questions. And I guess just before that, I just want to honestly say thank you to you and all the women in the group.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're all
make me
wonderful.
cry.
I wish they could all, feel the love from you right
Yeah.
now because you do.
Aw.
I can tell you have that channel, that beautiful.
Oh, I do. Well, you know what? I might just pop to your meeting on
Do
Thursday.
it. It's gonna be a great one. Please
And maybe I
do.
can add some extra little voices to the podcast, but I'd love to see
Oh,
it.
that'd be so cool. You could do on the spot interviews or something. I
Yeah,
don't know
I'd
if you
love
have the
to.
microphones for that,
I
but
do. I do.
okay. I would
Yeah.
love that. I would love that. Please do.
Okay, well, we'll talk about this after for sure. Okay, so here are the final two questions I ask people. With the understanding that what we shine light on grows, if we imagine a world in which we were to all focus more on fostering love, like you guys are obviously doing, such as in the ways we focused on here today, what do you think we might see?
I think we will see humans understanding that we're humans. And in
Mm.
that, I mean, so many of us want to be perfect. And this overrules a lot of people in so many ways. And what you shine a flashlight on is the only thing you're going to see. So where you focus, of
Mm.
course. But if what you're focusing on is impossible, or if you don't,
Mhm.
if no one's ever told you you're only human, like you
Yeah.
have imperfections, this
Yeah.
is okay. So I
Mhm.
think that about that. And I also think one of my favorite sayings that computes the same way to me is what you think about, you bring about. It's, I
Yeah.
think, I want to say it's Joe Dispenza or someone,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
what you think about, you bring
Yeah.
about.
It's
And it,
exactly the same idea.
yeah.
Mhm.
So if you focus on it, it will grow and grow and grow. And make sure what you're thinking about is something you want to grow.
Mm, mhm, thank you. And I think a danger that we have these days is, we have a negativity bias, all of us do. And so those negative things we see and we hear, we need to have like three or five positive things to
Oh,
balance
wait.
out the
Yeah.
negative. And
Good way to put
yeah,
it. Yeah.
it's
Negative bias.
true.
True.
Yeah, and then we can just go farther and farther down if all we're listening to is and not to ignore it, the news and the terrible things that is going on. Not at all. I don't mean that at all. What I'm saying is, unless we have some positive things that we're listening to, looking at, doing, we're just going to crumple up into a ball. And then how can we have the strength to stand up for the people and the causes that we believe in? So it's not toxic positivity. As I always tell people, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we need to keep ourselves strong so that we can keep giving, right? So
And also
exactly.
enlighten those that are really stuck in that darkness and they can't seem to pull
Yes.
themselves out. It's really common. I think for everyone,
Yes.
we've all been there where we've been to such a dark place where we can't see the light yet. And
Yes.
so if we all succumb to the darkness and
Yeah.
only see the negative, who's going to pull who out?
Exactly.
We are only
Exactly.
able to help each other. Like, really,
Yes.
I think that's something maybe I haven't said is like humans
Mm-hmm.
rely, like we're very programmed to rely on something else to help us. There's all these, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we have insurance policies, all these things, like
Yes.
so
Yes.
much we subscribe to or are programmed to trust in. But
Yeah.
really, if we pull back to how it was for multi millions of years,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have all those things before.
That's
We had
right.
each other. And if we
Yeah,
go
each other.
to that, how it
Yes,
was,
yes, yes,
where
yes.
then we grow there. And I think for people that do have hearts of gold,
Mhm,
don't lose that in
mhm.
the ruckus and the darkness that is somewhat overtaking these days. It's all
Exactly.
encumbersome. It's all around us. Don't let
Mhm.
it steal your heart of gold, please. We
Yes.
need you here. And we
Oh,
need you here with your hearts of gold and don't let them go dim.
mm. That's beautiful. And also those of us with privilege, like, I will definitely say that, so lucky where I was born and with the different supports and resources I have, like we really need to step up, right? So, mhm.
And also to do that out of a place where we want to inspire others, not to
Yes.
stay in dark places. And
Right.
sure, there's a time where we have to pass through those. And again, it's not supposed
Yeah.
to be toxic positivity or good vibes only. You don't
Mhm.
know good without the bad. You don't know dark
Yeah.
without the light. You have
Yeah.
to see both, but you also have to learn the ways that you and only you can teach yourself and pull yourself up. No one else can
Mhm.
really do it for you,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
people can be here and say, "Hey, here's a little tidbit." And if you aren't open to it and you're not able to
Yeah.
receive, then you won't be able to pull yourself out. But you have to kind of trust on the people that are light. They're not light or bright because they're always like that. They know
Mhm.
darkness, but they also have learned how to pull themselves out of darkness.
Mhm.
I think that's
Mhm.
the biggest thing where the resentment comes from people that are triggered by other human beings that are bright, is that they
Mhm.
fear that that person doesn't know where they're from, where they're at.
Mhm.
That's another presumption of like, hey, that person doesn't have a story. I got the story. Everything bad happens to me. It's a mindset, you know?
Mhm.
So trusting that not all things that look too good to be true are too good to be true.
We all have a story, right? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then just the final question are just what are one or two thoughts if you had to sort of try and pare it down, what do you hope people take away from our conversation today?
I think I probably said a lot of them in the past few minutes to get my
Yeah.
philosophical here. Didn't know I would do, but I'm looking at my notes here. I think one of the biggest things I've found even some people that I have closest to me in my life haven't become a part of 100 Women. And for
Mhm.
me, that was a journey of like, oh, well, why not? Like it's
Mm.
$100 here. We spend so much these days on meals out and all these things.
Yeah.
And I would never pressure someone to do it, but I
Yeah.
think sometimes people just aren't able to give back. That's not how they operate, but
Mhm.
volunteering is
Mm.
huge. And I
Yeah.
just feel like it's something that's going to be lost and perhaps forgotten
Mm.
if it's not highlighted enough. And our time,
Mhm.
I feel like even with my closest good friends, we're like, I'm so busy. I'm so sorry. I can't even have
Mhm.
coffee with you. And it's not true. It is about priorities too, but it is also about the fact that we all operate differently. So if
Mhm.
you can't give back financially, you can give back in the way of
Yeah.
volunteering. Sometimes that's just volunteering your word of mouth, saying, "Oh, I heard of this organization,"
Mhm.
or also going and showing up and cooking food at the places,
Yeah.
serving food to the homeless. And we've
Mhm.
we've donated to a few of those locally, and there's so many different options where you can give back, and it doesn't have to be in the form of money.
Mhm.
Although
Very
that is
good.
what Fraser Valley 100 Women Who Care is focused on is our
Yeah.
money give back. There are all these beautiful things that stem from it that
Mhm.
aren't in the form of giving a monetary amount.
Mhm. Thank you for saying that. And even checking in on our neighbors and, saying hello to people, that those are so just the idea of looking outside ourselves in some way, whether, like you said, it doesn't have to be with money, but like really looking and listening and trying to connect with people other than ourselves, is such a healthy thing. So thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. I really, really enjoyed talking to you.
me
Thank you
too,
so much.
Gail. I appreciate you having me on. This is my first time on
Well, you
anything.
did a great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you
Just
so
gonna,
much for listening.
just gonna turn this off.